Yo, what's up, fan base? It's your boy Blaze Hollow coming at you with another special trailer. This will be video 5 out of 5 from my friend's drinking game bet. And this was an interesting suggestion. This was a series I thought about doing myself but never really got to. But I was actually really proud of my buddy Ed for suggesting this. But I'm rambling, so it's time I finally tell you what it is. Welcome to What If Deku Had Manifest. Let's roll that intro and get into it.
Million a million miles on a highway through the skies. Someday soon we'll be together.
No, I honestly don't think you can become a hero.
It was a late night. There was noises of cars speeding through the alleyway, lights that were flickering, and a man that was running like he was freaking out, not knowing what was happening. Listen, you don't understand. It's not as simple as you make it out to be. Please don't do this to me. A figure that seemed to be changing in shape as it moves throughout the flickering light as a hissing noise could be heard. I don't care about your excuses anymore. You had multiple chances to fix this. You took everything from me. So don't expect me to forget your part in this. The people that continue to run my name through the mud. Do you honestly think I wasn't going to come for you eventually, Bakugo? Bakugo continued running as he tripped over something, landing in a dirty puddle in the alleyway as he slid up against a dumpster. His hero costume was torn, one of his gauntlets was already broken, and the other one was leaking nitroglycerin. I made a mistake. I know that now. But maybe, just maybe, we could fix this. We could let the whole world know you're alive, Izuku. Izuku chuckled. It seemed to be echoing within the darkness, coming from many different angles. I don't care for your apology. All I want is for your blood to splatter this alleyway, but I have a better idea. Bakugo raised up his broken gauntlet, hoping to get one last small shot off before it completely broke. Before he could light it, some kind of purple gas was sprayed in his face, causing him to cough roughly as he just slumped backwards unconscious. That's when clapping could be heard from above, a man that seemed to have changed dragging off of him from the edge of a building. So you're not going to kill him here. Are you planning to get the others first? That's the plan. I want them all. Once I have them all in one spot, I will kill them all individually, going from the most guilty to the least guilty. The mysterious figure just laughed with enjoyment as his chains continued to rattle off. Does it matter on their level of guilty if they're all going to die anyway? I do have to say, I like what you're going for, but why not do something a little bit more flashy? There's that one news station that ruined your hero career. You should use that news station for the ending of this story. What do you think? No, I don't want to get innocents involved. There are still some heroes out there that are worthy of holding the mantle, but I have to purge it of those who aren't. A snake-like tail comes out of the darkness and pulls Bakugo's body into it. As time flows by, Bakugo wakes up tied up to a chair. His mouth was gagged as his gauntlets were removed, completely helpless as he sees himself in an abandoned warehouse. Trying to break free of his restraints, he then hears footsteps as he turns to see someone he believed was gone. He sees Izuku walking up to him wearing a black latex suit that seemed to be morphing around his body as the gag was removed from Bakugo's mouth. Izuku, you really are alive. I thought I was losing my mind. Oh no, you are definitely losing your mind. I had some help with that, but that's not what's important, at least at the moment. You need to tell me, where is Ochako? And why do you want to know that? Izuku's hand turned into that of a gorilla as he reached for Bakugo's hand, grabbing his thumb and pulling it back until it broke. You see, this isn't where you get to ask me questions. I ask you the questions and you give me answers. But trust me, if you want to play hardball, I'm more than willing to tear you apart. So what are you going to say here? You want to tell me where my ex-girlfriend is? Bakugo screamed out in agony, trying to compose himself, but he felt the pain in his hand and the fact that he's been having lack of sleep lately because of paranoia. His mind was so unsteady. I don't know. Wrong answer. He then grabs another finger and breaks it. Now once again, where is she? Bakugo screamed out once again, trying to get himself out of the chair that he was stuck in, but it wouldn't budge. He didn't have enough strength to break through the restraints anyway. And I at least know what you're planning to do with her. Izuku thought about it for a second and grabbed onto the third finger, but didn't break it yet. She'll be joining you here in the torture room, answering for her crimes, giving me information that I need. That way, when I reveal all your dirty secrets to the public, nobody gets away clean. If I tell you where she is there any chance that I get out of this alive? No, but I will say this. If you're able to give me information that I need, I will make sure your end is a lot less painful. Think of it as my last form of mercy for you, even though you don't deserve it. Bakugo, knowing that this will be the end, looks up at the empty eyes of his former friend, colleague. He didn't know how to put into words their relationship. She's lying low in a bunker underneath her agency. Izuku was angry as he broke the finger. You mean my agency that she stole from me? Bakugo screamed again in agony as his head slammed backwards, hitting the chair as he was starting to breathe heavily. I know, it used to be yours, but we thought you were dead. She said that you left it to her in your will, that you would want her to have it. Oh, so she lied to you as well. What are you talking about? I never had a will. Think about it. We were young, starting off as pros, getting up there in the ranks was one of the first things going through my mind. Maybe I should expect to die? Bakugo thought about it for a minute and realized even though he was in his late 20s, he doesn't even have a will. You know, when you say it like that, certain things start to click into place. Let me guess, both of you have group life insurance. Everything that's signed ever since the two of you got together has been under both names, and she completely insisted on it. Bakugo thought about it. Actually, his car, his new house, and his recent life insurance that he got has her signature right next to his, and they only been dating for almost half a year. How could he be so blind? That gold-digging slut! Oh, you don't get to have self-reflection. This isn't about what she's done to you. It's about what she did to me. I didn't have a choice. When they questioned me, I was confused. I didn't even know what was going on, and when my agent got a hold of me and told me everything, if I told the truth, my hero career would have ended. I thought with your popularity and being close to the people at the time, you would have been able to push past this. I didn't know what it would lead to. Izuku was enraged as he started to get bigger, looking like a grizzly bear mixed with a gorilla as he started to pound into the chair Bakugo was sitting in, beating on him until the chair completely broke, slamming Bakugo into the ground and punching him a few more times, giving him a concussion. You pinned multiple murders on me when I was the one who dragged you out of the fire, the one who told you not to be there because of your ability would cause things to get worse. But you didn't listen. You were so insistent because of your new brand deal that you wanted to show off for the camera. So was the fame and publicity worth it? Did you get what you wanted in the end? Bakugo lay there on the ground, bleeding out of his mouth. The room was spinning, but he could remember that day. It was something that he regretted, but he was just too ignorant at the time. I'm sorry. Izuku stared at his unconscious victim, tying him back up and connecting an IV that was in the corner of the room to keep him unconscious. As he leaves to go get the next person, we then cut away to a bright and pink building that had the word Uravity painted in black letters on the side of it. As she was in a meeting with some of her former classmates, Momo was typing away a rescue report that she did earlier that day. Denki was going over files on a recent monster case that's been taking out a lot of other heroes. Hiroshima was a little shaky as he continued to look out the window, then flinch his eyes towards the door. Ochako then slams her hand down on the table in annoyance. Seriously, what is taking Bakugo so long to get here? We need to talk about what's been going on lately. Hiroshima jumped like a frightened child as he got onto his feet in a defensive stance, hardening his body as hard as possible. I keep on telling you, his ghost has come back to haunt us. We chose to literally betray one of the kindest and most genuine people, and we didn't expect God to basically say we deserve punishment? Almost shakes her head as she finished the report she was typing up. There's no such thing as ghost. I think you've been hanging out with your religious girlfriend a little bit too much. Obviously, a bunch of mutants are using Izuku as a martyr to start up some kind of revolution because they believe they're people. Denki was looking over photos showing different types of animal-like markings at multiple different murder scenes. I think you need to chill a little bit with the racism. You don't want to end up slipping on camera. Cry me a river. If I say one bad thing, I'll just donate 1 million to their charity and they'll just sweep it under the rug and I'll be such a hero. Trust me, I still can't deal with some of the mutants that we find on the street. They're just disgusting. Ochako slams her hand on the table again, trying to get all of their attention. Look, I don't care about public image at the moment. I'm super pissed. Somehow, someway, the money that was supposed to go to me from Izuku's account and contracts that were supposed to basically go over the legal term today were all empty. Somehow a criminal either hacked the database or the firms are trying to basically cheat me out of the money they owe me. Hiroshima sits back down as he pulls out a pill bottle of calming medication as he pops some pills into his mouth and swallow. Well, no offense, but they did say back when he was burned in the fire that the body wasn't easily identified as Izuku or not. Is it possible that he's... There's no way he's alive. Why would he hide in all this time? And even if he was alive, why hasn't anybody been able to report him? There's no way he could have been walking around this nation for years without somebody blogging about it or some news agency getting a snapshot of him. You need to seriously stop acting like he's still out there. This is a terrorist group using him as a symbol. That's it. Finally taking a seat herself, she takes a sip of her water bottle, trying to calm her nerves. To be honest, I don't care about any of that. I'm more concerned about the millions, if not billions, that I'm owed. I want to find whoever took that cash and get it back in my name and either have them thrown in the deepest parts of Tartarus or have them erased from history. Momo thought about it for a second and started typing up the report and images from each crime scene related to Mutant Uprising. Well, if we're gonna start searching for what you're owed, we might want to start with some of the mutant gangs down in the slums. Maybe they might know something. We can try to pull the wool over the public's eye and act like we're trying to rehabilitate them. or possibly get some kind of fake warrant to basically arrest them so we can question them in private. Denki leans back in annoyance. Well, there goes another weekend of mine. Why do I have to help you with this? It's your money. Last time I checked, my agency helped fund yours, and we work on brand deals together, so whatever affects me affects your income, don't forget that. Denki got up from his chair, annoyed, knowing that he should have never signed that contract with her. Fine, then I'm gonna start hitting the street. I might know some areas. If I find anything, I'll inform you guys. Hiroshima quickly got up to his feet as he followed after him. I'm gonna go with you. We're better traveling in numbers than going solo. Both girls nod as they continue to go over documents, trying to trace back the money and where it was withdrawn. As the both of them make their way down to street level and dip into an alleyway, Kirishima quickly pins Denki against the wall. What the hell are you doing, Kirishima? I'm sorry, Denki, but this is the only way out. He has my wife and daughter. I have to do this. Have to do what? What are you talking about? And who is him? Izuku drops down from the fire escape right in front of the both of them as he had a scale-like pattern across his body. He looked so slender as he had claw-like fingers, his eyes like a rainbow pattern of hypnotic illusions. He would be talking about me. Long time no see, Denki. Denki's eyes went wide, seeing the hybridization of these different creatures that build, and more importantly, that facial structure meant. No. You're dead. I saw your body. I know I brought it up earlier in the meeting, but there's no possible way. It just can't be. Hiroshima quickly hardened his body as he held Denki against the wall, making sure he couldn't get away or use his electric quirk on him. I did what you said. I even got a full audio recording of what we just talked about, but please let my wife and daughter go. They're innocent in all of this. I know I'm guilty, man, for your downfall, Izuku, and I'm more than willing to make up for it, but please let them go. Izuku walked forward, moving Kirishima out of the way as his hands started to elongate and get web-like, almost with a rubber-like texture, as he gripped tightly around Denki's body. I've already released them. Hand over the device you used to record them. Kirishima hands over an old cassette player as he steps back slowly. Did you tell her what I've done? Yes. Am I going to be allowed to walk away from this? Izuku grew a pair of wings out of his back as he was getting ready to leave with his new prey in tow. For now, but your sins will catch up with you, either through me or through the person who used to love you. I do have to give my congratulations. Your daughter does take after your wife a lot more than you. Very sweet child. Hopefully she doesn't make the same mistakes as her father. To think I used to think you were so manly. Hiroshima watches Izuku fly off with Denki in his grip as he drops to his knees, hanging his head down low. I haven't been manly for years. I sold out one of my closest friends just so my family could survive. What kind of man does that? Denki wakes up in a rubber straitjacket chained to the wall as his vision was still a little bit blurry. Last thing he remembers was being brought into the sky by Izuku, and then some gas was poured into his mouth. But when his vision started to clear up, he saw a beaten and broken Bakugo who was looking at him with a black eye and a few of his teeth were missing. Oh, you're finally awake, Sparkplug. Took you long enough. I believe we have a traitor in our mix. Denki's memory finally clicks back into place, remembering what happened to him before he woke up here. Yeah, it's Kirishima. He sold us out. Damn, I should have bet with the psycho. I had a feeling it was him. Momo and Ochako are way too close to the hip to betray each other. So was that really him, or is it some kind of imposter, like a shapeshifter? Maybe a cousin or a hidden brother? There's no way that's the real him, is it? Izuku walked into the jail cell that the both of them were locked in as he was munching on some jerky. As much as that would be interesting or poetic to some kind of revenge storybook, no, I'm the real me. If you've been alive all these years, where have you been and what happened to you? I faked my death when some pyromaniac came torching my house. That's when I met my benefactor, and thanks to him I was able to get out of the country and travel the world. I spent a lot of time in Australia, and let me tell you, the creatures there use regular combat the world isn't ready for. Look, man, I get it. You're pissed. I would be too. So why don't I write you a nice check and I can give you like a statement that can make this alright. We don't have to do anything crazy. Think about it. You probably have built a whole new secret life, so why come back and do all this? I'm more than willing to look the other way and do nothing about this if you just let me go. Bakugo started to laugh like he lost his mind. If you thought saying something like that would get him not to hurt you, don't you think I'd already be on my way home by now, Sparkplug? You saying that just gonna piss him off even more. He is correct. I wanna beat you up even more now. Then I need to know one thing before the torture sessions start. If you're going to be treating us this way, why wasn't Kirishima? Apparently you must have gotten to him first. Because unlike the rest of you, he mourns what he's done. He felt so terrible that when I found him, he was writing a suicide note. I was almost brought to tears, but yet it still doesn't make up for what he did to me. Though I had him be a mole, a little thing here and there giving me information about where some of you were going to be. He was a little bit hesitant at first, so I took what was most important to him and held it hostage for a little bit. But don't worry, the hostages are safe. I released them. Denki had hope, knowing the person he had taken was Mina and that she would have her agency here any moment now to come save them. Well, I'm glad she's safe. No wonder he was so jumpy for the past few weeks. Bakugo spit up a little bit of blood as he staggered to his feet, even though he was chained to the wall. Yo, Sparky, before you get your hopes up about her coming back with the cavalry, she's the reason I have this black eye. He told her everything, so either she's going to help him or she's just going to stay on the sideline and think about our deaths as justice. Anki started to panic again. Listen, I didn't even do that much. Like, what did I even do to you? Can you prove anything that you hate me for? Yes, I got some reports and documents from another friend of mine that prove that when I was trying to recover my image, you were sabotaging me, making things look worse either by causing electrical threats or giving me false information, so I would either show up late or in the wrong place. You have no proof. There's no way you would know any of that, even if it was true, which it's not, so you're basically punishing an innocent man. The room started to get cold as the shadows on the ceiling were shaking, almost like they were dancing, as Bakugo quickly dropped to his ass in the fetal position. As best as he could, knowing who was about to show up was a man dressed in gangster-like purple suit, with chains all over his body, mechanical claws on his fingertips, purple eyes and horns that stuck out like a demon, but with a human face. Now, I wouldn't lie to him. If you think my network of information is faulty, I will definitely enjoy torturing you. Anki got chills looking at this guy, even though his body looked like he was either mutated or more human. Something about him in his mind screamed out into his soul, saying that this guy wasn't human. Who are you, and how did you know that? Who I am doesn't matter. My name shall not be given, but just know that if I'm here, it means doom for for you. Izuku opened the cell as he walked inside. That's enough. I didn't need your help to get the information out of him. I could have gotten him to talk. Oh, come on now. You could have let me rough them up a little bit. I could have pulled out his soul and made him sing. Maybe tear him apart just to put him back together. Not yet. Let me talk with him. If I can get the information out of him, I can promise him a quick release in death instead of allowing you to torture his soul forever. Denki was trying to get out of the rubber straitjacket, but the thing was on tight. There was nothing he could do. His powers were useless, but what he feared most was no matter what he did, it would all lead to death. Look, isn't there a way to negotiate? Maybe I could also be a rat for you. Izuku raised an eyebrow with amusement. Then are you willing to answer a few of my questions honestly? And don't forget Bakugo is here in the room, and if he doesn't want anything else to happen to him, he will tell me if you're lying. Denki was scared for his life, knowing that if any of this was to get out, his career would be ruined. He could already tell that Bakugo's career was done even if they did get out of this. Just ask away and I'll tell you. Good, then let's begin the questioning. But that's where I'm gonna leave it off this time, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little trailer. It was an interesting line of storytelling that I'm not used to. I was trying to leave a lot of things vague, but I also wanted to give some information on what's to come. But with all that said, I'm out. Peace.